All right, that's looking live. Give me just a second. Okay. Mm. Hey, folks, just getting ready. So hold on, and we'll be on with Heroes Die. So let's go to go. There we go. All right, that's looking good. Hello and welcome to another episode of Heroes Die Show. Today, I'm Jason. I'm going to be taking you through. What we're doing here in episode. Let me take this off the screen. 25 is going to be a fun one. Although I say that about all of them, but I think it's going to be a really fun one, so I'm excited. Yep. Sorry, just logging some stuff in and getting things ready. Good. Okay, that looks right. All right, awesome. So let's look at where we are and where we're going. So I like to start in Notion. If you do hop in, join the chat or whatever, please send me a message. It's always handy, so I know that people are actually there and I'm not just talking myself. All right, let's start by reviewing the characters. All right. I've got my cool heroes. We have Seleus, the Shadow Monk. Seleus wants to keep Declan safe and maybe get him out of there somehow, although he hasn't done a lot towards getting him out of there, so we should probably prompt him about that. He also wants to keep Zagran safe, and he wants to, kind of get out of town safely. But he also, I'm using also a lot. He's interested in more than just that, right? Like he cares about the overall state of the world, right? He, I think, wants peace between the Empire and the Kryn dynasty, and he's thinking about how to accomplish that. And he wants to create some tension within the Empire, I think, right? Or at least he wants to create tension between some of the factions in the Empire. Zagran's our diplomat. He's a warlock. He's interested right now in kind of seeing some of the things that are going on in the world, and same thing, right? He wants peace and he wants to get out of Icehaven safely. I think in general he wants to do good. Let's look at Kit. For Zagran, the other thing is he's got some stuff going on with his weapon, Larimnor. That's what he's like bonded to, and we want to do some stuff to influence that. So let's think about how we can have the weapon and him interact with kind of who he is as a person, right? And what his mission is. Kit's our rogue. Kit right now, she's just leveled up. She wants to get into some fights. She wants to learn more about herself, learn more about why this raven's been following her around, and again, like everybody else, she wants to get out of town and go on to Eiselcross. Elspeth Pike, she's our artificer. She's a noble. She's looking at, she started to have this relationship with, this guy, Major Cullen Dan Anath, and she's a little bit nervous about it, and she also wants to make a bit of a positive impact on the Empire, and she wants to make a positive impact on her family, and she's worried about making a bad impact on her family. Don't need this open in here. Store Wildmont's fine. Okay, cool. Great. That's what I needed there. So let's check some things off. I did review the character. I know who they are. I know what they want. I know where they're going. I just reviewed the wishes right before this, but I'd like to do stars and wishes at the end of every session. So let's look at their wishes just so I have it. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Wishes. Right? Taya doesn't want to be Taya, the person who plays Essie. You know, I think she's had a lot of games where she felt like as soon as she put trust in somebody or something, she got betrayed in a way that was like not fun. You know, not like a sneaky earned betrayal, right? But like a haha, you're so stupid betrayal. And honestly, I feel like to some degree I did that with the witches. I don't know if y'all were around for the witches one. So there was an episode where she like went in and like walked right into a trap. What I thought was a really obvious trap. So I don't feel terrible about that because like it was meant to be a really stupid idea to go deep into the fucking woods to beat a bunch of witches, right? Like that was intended to be a dumb idea. But this one, anyway, she's worried about kind of being turned on, right, and being made to feel stupid. And so we want to be careful not to do that. I think it's good actually just to have a lot of empathy for your players, right? And like I think back to the way that scene played out, right? I think she was like nervous about being made to look stupid. And I think that's something I think that probably drives a lot of the way that she plays. So, you know, to me, be careful not to make her look stupid, right? Okay. Paulo, the person who plays Kit, wants some combat. Josh, the person who plays Zagrin, wants to see more about how their actions have influenced the world. So I want to be sure to plant in my rumors and secrets. I want to be sure to plant news about what's coming and news about what's happened, right? Which I thought was a really good bit. And Josh gave me some really good ideas for that. And then Mike would like to see the factions start to turn on each other now that they've done a bunch of work to get that to happen. And we're definitely going to do that. I think my campaign status document's up to date. So that's reviewing wishes. So it's currently 16 Fesseran. That is right. I did this during the session. So the patrol's already arrived. That's already happened. They had dinner. Zagrin's got his next check-in, 16 Fesseran. So we have the Shadows Bite event that's going to occur the evening after we play this session. So they're going to start in the morning, and by evening, there's going to be a big fight. That's all good. The Lighthouse celebration on the 19th. The High Mage is going to find Declan on the 20th. Oh, right. Also on the 20th, Major Cullen's going to get assassinated if they don't do anything about it. And I've actually got some really good assassins that I wanted to look at. I just use them for something else, and I think they're just killer. So let's reuse them. Or I could always just use like a assassin, right? Those are great. On 21 Fesseran, like Essie's enemy, she doesn't know he's her enemy. He's going to reach out to the High Mage about Essie Pike, right? And give him some details, or give them some details, because High Mage on Taldanetz is a non-binary person. Some info about Essie, so that's cool. He has a report from his spy. She's in Icehaven and was involved in releasing Declan, which is good. That's a really good one, because we've got some neat stuff we can do there. Warns the High Mage that she needs to be allowed to leave for the Pale Banks, right? Because that's an important one for him and his particular plot. How's my volume? Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good, but tell me, folks, if my volume's a little low. All right. Oh yeah, and the Mother Dearest, that's the ship they're leaving on, is arriving on for Quenpilar. Great. Background events. We have the war, we have the revelry waxing, we have new taxes in the Empire, freebooters, blah, 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 blah. That's all good. Okay. Oh, he didn't ask anything about the witches. I have to remember that he wants to ask about the witches. Into the web. Zagrin Essier. Oh yeah, that one's been done. Okay, cool. No scenario updates. Let's look at my little sit rep down here, because that's the last thing I do. Ooh, yep, they're all level 7. They're at the Rusty Cup, deciding what to do about major maths. Collins offer. Men morning 16 Pesseran, where Ice Haven, why? Trying to figure out what to do. Plan takes ship to the Pale Banks. Under threat from Imperial forces and the Dusk Song Sisters. Bad Comes Calling. That's what we're calling this next episode, which I think is pretty fun. Because this is just the thing where, you know, the thing with the Dust Song Sisters is gonna like pop in on them. Right, just a little reminder, right? Because the Dust Song Sisters have been good. Like, they haven't had a run-in with the Dust Song Sisters since the 13th, right? Let's see. Okay, there's no gnolls. That's good to remember. So the Shadows Bite scene has evolved. When did they go do the thing? Into the Web, 13 Fesseran. So it's been 3 nights, right? So they've had a little time to relax and kind of get into what's going on, and we'll see what happens next. Okay, that's all good. So we can go back. Update the campaign status document. I did update the chatbot already. I've reviewed the story so far. I will review the NPCs, and I will review the revelation list. So this is another one, right? This just kind of hit me as a thing. So I want to make sure that I put news. I want to make sure that I put news. In fact, I should just do a news section. Correct. Imperial shipwrecked. Like this, shipwrecked. Shipwrecked out near Island Cross. Yeah, I think that's good enough. It's good enough for my news section. Let's look at our NPCs, our major NPCs for this one. So we're going to have at Major Cullen, have at High Mage. I'll put some notes under them. Wants to know more. Recruit the party. Wants to know more about the witches. Not concerned about the squad, about the bounty. I want to like call out that he's not worried about the bounty. It's so fun if he gets killed. High Mage, you know, watching the major, beginning to be interested in the party. We have told, and we need to get their names again. Let's go to locations here. The Rusty Cup. What's her name? Told Branderwin. Go, thank you. Sold, and I need a name for this dude. Something. Thing. Branderwin. Come on, just fucking please. Branderwin. Right? Branderwin? When copy doesn't work. Branderwin. Yep. Sold and children are Macy. All good names. Okay. Aldrin wants to thank Essie for and to told grateful that they're staying in. We also have Gertrude Shadowbane. Well, now that's not, doesn't really matter. Planning to hack the inn cup with shadow demons. Let's look at this, because I was going to do 2 shadow demons and some gnolls, but if it's just Gertrude, maybe she brings a 3rd shadow demon. Let's see what that difficulty is. So let's take a quick peek at this really handy dandy encounter calculator that I got. So this is Kobold. This site is just fantastic. So we changed the settings to, yeah, perfect, done. Immortals. So I have players are level 7 and I have 4. Okay, cool. So let's look. Shadow Demon. And I want a Night Hag. Okay. I could do 3 shadow demons. That might be better. I don't know. I'm torn. 3 shadow demons, maybe. Or I could just do 2. Like, it'll just be a little too easy for him. Maybe 4. What does 4 look like? Feels really deadly. Okay. 4's on the high end, so that's 16, 21. Oh yeah, that's way high. 3's probably good. Let's think 3. Because we can always tone it down if we need to. So let's look at Night Hags in here. What does she get if she's in a coven? Okay. Oh, hey, somebody joined. Thanks for showing up, whoever it is. Love to hear you say hi in the chat. Let's look. What do they get if they're in a coven that's so different? Okay, show me. Oh, okay, like eye bite and some shit. We also have the Flea Mortals Night Hag. What do you mean it couldn't be found? Oh, yeah, because I moved it. I will reopen this. Are you guys still in the same place? Yeah, okay, y'all are still in the same place. Scoot you out of the way here. D&D junk. monster manuals, and I want flea mortals. Yes, great. Somebody was saying, I think I was looking at Sly Flourish's podcast, and he was saying that you can get the CSV or like the spreadsheet of what's in there. We also want to show our villain party because I love some of these villain parties. But let's look at hags. Yeah. Okay, so the night hag. What cool things can you do, Miss Night Hag? Shrink down to the size of 1 inch, along with any items they wear or carry while tiny. Humanoid is considered haunted. It would be fun if shadow demons attacked and oh, what's up, Josh? It'd be fun if shadow demons attacked and before they did so, you know, what's her name got into Zagran's head. Lines and such is considered haunted. Total cover. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. This is a pretty good possibility here. It's a pretty good possibility. So if she goes inside my hero's head, right, and hangs out in there. So I'm having trouble reconciling these two things. You know, the attack on Zagran, the attack on the party, and them trying to kidnap Zagran. So maybe what they do is they try and brute force it at first. So they come in, they attack, right? And she's there to fly him away, essentially. Fly Zagran away once the thing's done. She's there to fly Zagran away once the thing's done. So the shadow demons come in, they attack Saleus. So how much damage can shadow demons do? 59 hit points. Let's look at our shadow demons. Shadow demon. How much damage can y'all do? So 27. So if they both attack with surprise and just go in on fucking Saleus, which would be pretty fucked up. They could try and kill him, fail, and then he wakes up and everybody gets up and fights the shadow demons, which is cool, right? Maybe I have a third waiting in the hallway. What if it were just 4 shadow demons? I wonder. Let's just take her out and 4. Yeah, that could be it, right? The shadow demons just go up, right? So so the scene here is basically, right, I've been setting up that somebody's going to go attack them in the end. Because I think people are expecting to get attacked at the inn, and I love the idea of just messing with them a little bit on it. So what I'm going to do is I want shadow demons to infiltrate the place. Kill everybody. Kill fucking everybody. Right? Like a massacre down in the main room. And, you know, come upstairs and just start killing everybody in the inn. And then they look for Zagran and Saleus and them and start attacking, right? In an attempt to get Zagran unconscious because what's her name is there, Gertrude is there, and she's going to whisk him away, right? She's going to literally fly him away. So she flies in, she lets out the shadow demons. They go sneak into the inn, attack, kill everybody. Fight breaks out, and you know she either flies away or stays and goes tiny and tries to sneak in and like get into his head, quite literally. This is a great idea. She tries to get into his head, quite literally. This is what we're gonna do. Um, and yeah, so first she tries to do it, and then if that fails, she's gonna try and sneak into his head. This is great. Because she's tiny, so she can just literally just hide in the roof and be like impossible to see, or even hide in the room, right? Because maybe she likes to watch. She's a fucking weirdo, so why wouldn't she want to watch? So she's gonna like open the window. That's it. She'll open the window. Um, hmm. Yeah, I don't know. She'll probably just come into the inn, and then once the fight breaks out, she's gonna go tiny and hide. What sort of magic do you have? Alter self, detect magic, pass without trace, dream, weird, arcane, legend lore. Size of an inch. You can fucking fly. So you're like this big, and you can fly. That's a pretty good potential deal there. And then if she gets caught, she can just run, right? She's not dumb. Okay, this is good. Okay, great. This is good. What's alter self? That's the one that lets you change into like a. Yeah, you have the aquatic adaptation. Yeah, I love that. Maybe she uses alter self on herself to go downstairs and look like one of the people if she needs to. What components does it take? Verbal and semantic. Okay, great. Okay, cool. I think this is good. All right, so we're gonna send 4 shadow demons in. Send 4 shadow demons in. We won't have all 4 attack any one character. We'll have 2 out in the hallway starting to murder folks, and that'll be the gist of it. So let's go back to our prep. So the things that I want to be sure that I do, is I want to be sure that I do this part, right? Like, just have Eldrin really like talk it up, because Eldrin and Isolde, or I think Eldrin I want killed, not Isolde. And if they're slow, then maybe like more people get killed, or if they just abandon the inn or something. Maybe there's a fire. Oh, in fact, we should definitely start a fire. All right, so let's look at the scenes, because the scene has changed now a fair bit. So Shadow's Bite. This is the scene we're going to do next. And let's go ahead and new tab. Come on, buddy. Okay. Open a new tab. There we go. So Shadow's Bite. Shadow demons are sent to kill or capture Zagrin. They attempt while he's sleeping. They attempt to render him helpless. This changes. So the hit squad changes. So it goes from a bunch of gnolls to 4 attacking the inn, and then we have what's this? Richard Shadowbane. Okay. So dark and chilly night, dew on the ground, smoldering fire. All right, I need some story bangs. Attack in the common room, shadows in the hall. There's no gnolls. Fire starts in the end. Shadow sneak into the Zagrin's room. Scream from a room. let's give a chance between perhaps okay in the hall in front of bedroom. Move this. We're gonna put you occurring once the shadows have snuck in. No, that's what we'll do. In front of bedroom, 25% chance. Okay, and Liram Nor. Wait. That's the end. Okay, we don't have any gnolls. I don't have any gnolls. I don't have any of these things, so I need new clues. New clues. What's going to indicate what's happening here? I guess probably there's not a ton. There's not a ton in the way of clues. What are the shadow demons carrying on them? Are they carrying the Hag's Eye? Probably, right? So, one shadow demon carrying the Hag's Eye. Love Hag's Eyes. I think it's just I think they're just a really great tool. Shadow demon carrying the Hag's Eye. That's all I've got, really. Rewards, none, really none. Okay. And the aftermath can be big. Okay, great. Cool. What other scenes do we have? We have the aftermath. Colin will show up eventually. Anything else, do I? Yeah, cool. So let's go back. So I've been thinking about this a lot, right? Like I'm trying to limit. Oh, come on, buddy. I'm trying to limit how much prep I do and the way that I do prep because I want to, I want to be efficient with my time and I want to tell a good story without like locking everything down. So I'm trying to do more of, like the lazy DM style thing. So I reviewed the NPCs. I haven't done the revelation list. So what's a strong start? Meeting with Major Cullen. Oh, you know what? News of the shipwreck. News of the shipwreck. I don't have any themes yet. What are the scenes we're going to have? Well, we're going to have at Shadow's Bite at some point. Shadow's Bite. Have the aftermath. We're going to have meeting Major Cullen. Right. We want to know about Essie. Wants to know about the witches. Wants them to find dirt on page. That's essentially break into their stronghouse. Okay. Who else? Meeting Major Cullen. What other things are we likely to see in this session? I've done politics. I don't know what everyone's going to get up to. Yeah, I should ask them again. Like, what all are they planning to do? Because I don't really understand. I don't really understand what else they've got. Right. So they're trying to get into this party, right? So trying to get an invite to this big fancy party. Let me just go back to the campaign status document. Party happens on the 19th. Vixara Shadow Spinner is going to move into the city on the 18th. And she's our handmaiden of Loath there. So she's probably going to make a move. Okay. Pardon me. All right, what else do we got? We have the Lighthouse celebration, so there'll be some scenes around town. So I did want to do a town crier scene. So that's right. I wanted to do a town crier. We want to do, so. That's her. Playing on too thick. Any other secrets and clues that they're going to pick up today? Let's think of what they're going to run into on Saturday. Saturday. We expect they're going to talk to. Okay, so they're going to find out that Major Cullen doesn't trust Cerberus. A town infected by fantasy animal vegan. Hey, thanks for the chat there. So what are they going to find? They're going to find a town infected by slad tadpoles. That's a really good idea. I need to keep that as a back pocket. It's not going to work for tomorrow or for Saturday, pardon me. Just because Ice Haven's all established. But I love that. I love that idea. It's got a very Aliens vibe. It's going really well. How are you? Thanks so much for showing up. Major doesn't trust Cerberus. What else are they going to find out? Well, potentially they're going to find out that the High Mage hired assassins to kill the Major. You might find that out. Oh, cool. Good to hear. Play any D&D lately? I played a great game last night. I have a personal game that I run, and I got to unleash an ancient red dragon on a bunch of 10th level characters, which was just so fun. It's this delicate balance of how do you make it fun? You don't want to just kill everybody, right? But you want to find ways to do it. And what I did, it was kind of a unique situation. So I'd prepped this Citadel of Anguish scene. Basically, this dragon was kept in a stasis field, and he got, they did something that let him free. And so I gave every player a moment to get into some cover because he was going to breathe fire. And it worked out. It worked out great. It was a lot of fun. We kind of played loose with the rules a little bit, let them do some stuff kind of outside of their normal turns, and they, ducked. The dragon went in and attacked one of them, just landed on him and went to town, which was just awesome. Yeah. Oh, and I got to use the monster from Flea Mortals. Oh, I love the picture's all messed up. Let me show you this guy that I got to use. He's just a real treat. So let's look at the Citadel of Anguish. Got to use Malachi the Vile, this guy. Look at this beautiful bastard. And he is just a floating pile of death. He's so badass. He's so badass. So they actually unleashed the dragon because they were having trouble dealing with him, you know? And can we move over? I mean to do that. Back to normal. Sorry about this. Anyway, he's got some really great attacks, including this necrosis beam. I got one of my players with this. You know, that's what is this question? Do I think that and a gibbering mouther would make a good couple? No, I think they'd be fucking disgusting. But anyway, this necrosis beam does 55 necrotic damage. I hit one of my players with it, and I don't think he had, or one of my players' characters with it. I don't think he had that many hit points, and he almost died. I think he had 20 left after this, and you keep losing 7 hit points a round at the start of every turn as long as the effect's on you, and you just die. Yeah. And so this guy's just floating around, like hitting them with beams, and they were all dwarves. They played like an all dwarf party. No, it was one of the more fun games I've played in a long time. I really, really enjoyed it. Really, really enjoyed it. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to move that so far out of the way. That was pretty good. I didn't even end up using his great eye at all because I just didn't need it. Like, he was already kicking their ass so hard. Oh, when the dragon turned its flame, I had them all duck out of the way. Like, I gave them all a chance to like duck in full cover, and like I didn't have the enemies all duck out of the way, right? Like, they were distracted by stuff because, like, you know, they were losing the fight, so you have to, like, you know, shift things around a little bit. And like, they had a wizard, the enemies had a wizard who got hit with the dragon's breath and just died, like immediately got killed, which is like a great way to show how dangerous the effing dragon is. I'd given them some information about the dragon so that they knew he was really, really dangerous, right? No, it was very, very fun. All right, so I'm just going back. So I'm trying to finish my prep for Saturday, right? So I'm thinking about what else we're gonna do, right? So the high mage hired assassins to kill the major. Major doesn't trust Cerberus. I want to do something about this party. So I've been thinking about the party a little bit. So let's look at the Black Sand Manor. That's right. And I've written nothing about this. Great. Great. I know I wrote something about the NPC there, right? Yeah. All right. So Lady Rigel Valandris. Okay. You're saying, I just hosted my group for session 0 of a homebrew campaign. The fun twist is they all have to write how they died. Each in their own dungeon cell with no memories except for their death. That sounds like a fun thing. What are you thinking, if you don't mind sharing more? That's a really cool idea. Do you ever read, or do you ever play Out of the Abyss or Into the Abyss? I think it was Out of the Abyss. I can check. It's the campaign, the Underdark campaign. Let's look. Out of the Abyss? Out of the Abyss. It's this big Underdark campaign. Very cool. The Abyss board game. Okay. Well, anyway, it starts with them all in prison. It starts with all your players in prison, which is fun. Reclaiming their souls before they become mindless zombies. That's cool. It sounds like you can get like a lot of tension. Sounds like you get like a lot of dramatic tension. I'd love to hear how you keep it balanced. So if you don't mind sharing more, like as you go, it'd be great to hear how that goes. So Lady Rigel, she's a wealthy noble, family estates in Ixhaven, hosting a party, blah blah blah, early 200s dwarf, wealth in shipping, hosting a gala. Yeah. Okay. Okay, great. So what I want them to find out is that there's some like valuable treasure there, right? So I don't want the scenes. I want the session notes. Sorry, I'm gonna get to your thing. I just want to write this down. Lady Gel is said to possess famous jeweled necklace. Very expensive. Okay. You've ran it once before, and we played. Oh, you ran the same campaign before? That's neat. Played for about 18 months. Is the gal a front for scouting out her new lover? I think everything she does is a front for scouting out her new lover. Like, she's kind of that kind of lady. Like, she's frisky. She's got a good beard. She's ready to go. Medieval dating show. Nice. Yeah, but like that's what parties are, right? Parties are a bunch of things, right? Like, but definitely it's scouting out your potential conquests. Right, any other secrets and clues? Okay, so I do want Essie to figure out this. One thing I got was a wish from one of my players. The person who plays Essie wants to make a bag of holding, wants to make sending stones. Essie learns she needs a powerful She needs a. I'm trying to find the right word for it because I don't want it to be specific. She needs something that has gathered a fair bit of magical energy, right? So I like the idea that there are. If you ever seen the Eberron, or if you ever seen the Eberron setting, they have this concept of dragon shards, which are basically just little magic crystals, right? So I want her to know that she needs to get this powerful magical source, right? Because like one thing I've got is there's the Yeti hunt, right? There's this Yeti cave with this abominable Yeti who is an abominable Yeti because there's this like ice crystal thing that is this magical little crystal that's just warped the area, right? And made it magically enhanced. And, you know, this guy is like the abominable Yeti's like, it's like a little champion, right? So I want to know, not that she needs, oh, you got to go to this Yeti cave and get this shit, but you need this sort of thing. I think the right way to phrase it. She needs a there's an artifact from the plane of fire or ice. It's something from it could be from the Feywilds. It's just a shard. She needs a shard. That's it. She needs a shard. Fire, wind, or ice. That's it. Air or ice. Make her holding. She needs 500 materials. This could be something I'd put in the between the scenes. Yeah, stone that harnesses Fey magic is that's exactly what I'm thinking, right? Exactly what I'm thinking. We're gonna say that this crystal in the ice cave is just like a literal shard of the plane of ice, which doesn't make any sense, but who cares? Because it doesn't need to make sense. It's fucking magic, right? And so she can spend some time thinking about what it is, and then when she finds it, she'll be like, oh, this will work, right? It'll be good if they go to the Yeti cave, and if not, there'll be other times they can find something. You know, you can just spin up a powerful monster that's got like a thing related to it. In fact, as they go to Islecross, there's like an opening to the plane of fire. Yeah, it's fucking magic, bro. Like, why not? Okay. Any other fun secrets? I do love the slide pulls. Let me just see one thing. Just now that you're thinking about it. I'm not going to use it in the next session, but I do love the slides. Slide pulls are amazing. Yeah, horrific cycles. Planning humanoid hosts with eggs and infecting them. Okay, I need more slide. Slide tadpole. Okay, so this is the thing that erupts out of a thing. Da, 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 da. As the spawning stone for this region. Okay. You're gonna talk about this? Can we know any more about the chaos phage? It's really annoying. There's like nothing in there. Great. That's annoying. Great. Okay. Now I'm going down a whole nother road. But I just wonder what that would do to you, right? And like how that would change you. Where are even the details of the disease? Go back. Where's the fucking slide? Pardon me. Target camera. Okay, I see. There's no tadpole though. When is it? It's gotta. Okay, sorry, I'm just reading this comment. Okay, for the back of your mind, my other favorite homebrew is a meteorite beholder. It crashes onto a planet with remorazes on board, which I love the remoraz. Those are great monsters. They dig tunnels in the crash area for the beholder's eye stalk. The beholder rests with their eyes closed. As the party gets closer, the beholder opens his eyes, anti-magic field. His eyes on tentacles come out of the tunnels, and the remorazes drop down behind the party. Ugh. That's a good one. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. So, like, they go to investigate. Like, the idea is they've gone to investigate it. One thing I've been looking to use, and I feel like could be its own whole little campaign. This thing has it, I think. So look at this cool little thing. Trees. We're looking for trees. Plants. Plants. This one, where are you? This one, right? The orc wart, right? So it's this tree that basically, I'm missing some of it. Come on, buddy, slide over. So it's a carnivorous plant, and it basically produces these little things, right? So it sends out wartlings to go scouting around the area, and they bring people back to the tree, and it eats them, and it makes them into new wartlings, right? So it awakens in the spring, sleeps again in early autumn. It's got a hive mind, so it can control all the wartlings. And it's like I love the hive mind, right? Because then it's like, it's like the ant queen, right? So you got this thing, and then it sends out a bunch of these little bastards to go cause trouble, right? And they just bring back people, and the tree eats them. It's a lot of fun. I feel like you could do just a killer adventure. Problem is, it's a little high level, it's a little high CR, for like the thing. Yeah, so if you're challenged by the warlings, where are you going to get, how are you going to be able to get to the orc ward? Unless there's just a ton of them, right? There could be a ton of them. You have to have a lot. You have to have a lot for it to work out. You could always just plus these things up or have some tougher ones, right? Like maybe it, get some ogre skinned warlings or whatever. You could do some stuff in there. And I don't hate the idea of like, harpies or caprays or malignos or quicklings or tick balangs, which are just great monsters. You talk about those at the beginning. Where are these things? The asswangs, tick balangs. These things are great monsters. I'll tell you, of the whole run, this is my favorite one. Tick. Oh no, it's not one of those things. They are tick balangs. Okay, this thing, tick balang. Oh, aren't you awful looking? Yeah, oh yeah, you're cool. CR3 too, that'd be great. So you throw in a couple of these things. Put it near a city, so it's like eating folks and pulling them back, and you've got this horrible little fae, this horrible little dark fae garden. Oh wow. Yeah, those Arum was it? Arum Voraxes? Those are a lot of fun. I was gonna have them have one in the Trapper's Hall if they ever went there. Oh yeah, this guy's great. What's his? Yeah, some of these things in there, right? Just like this dark fey wood. So you got this dark fey wood with this fucking orc wood at the center, and it's been trapping people and bringing them out, right? And there's these like dark fey creatures in this grove, and it's just awake, and it's like feeding on people in the city, and the party gets sent out to investigate. It could be a lot of fun. And then you can get that challenge, right? You can have them fight some like nothing minions in the city, and then some other minions that gets closer, and all this stuff. Yeah, and then you could get like a hag in there too. What were the malignos again? Those were good. Oh, the barrow hags were fun. Yeah, will-o-wisps, why not? Right? Like all cool things that you could kind of pile on together. So that's what I've been thinking. Your beholder idea made me think of it because they were all kind of working together, and I like that. Right? Like I like that idea of I might even reskin the Remorazes as like parts of this thing, right? They're like the ants for the beholder, whatever, right? It's like a big collective, and they're all just parts of it that it kind of sends out. Okay, it's pretty good. I wish there was something else that I could put out there. I don't want to put too much pressure. So I was looking at the timelines, right? I want them to have some time in the city before the lighthouse celebration, right? So I want them to have some time in the city before the lighthouse celebration. I do want them to maybe find out about Vixara if they get the chance. So Vixara is my handmaiden of Loath. So it'd be cool if they could find that out. I'm not sure how they would find that out. No, I'll just put it in there. Vixara. Town. 2 days, right? Yeah, you gotta love Loath. She's wonderful. She's a wonderful villain. I don't know if I told you what I'm doing next session, but I feel fucked up about it. Like fucked up about it in a good way. So I'm making sure to. Oh, so in fact, hold on. Thanks from. So I've been having them stay at the inn, and basically the evening after they start, one of the when do we stream? We stream on Saturdays from 1 to 4 Central most of the time. I actually forgot, and we ended up streaming late on last weekend. But normally from 1 to 4 Central Time. So it'll be 1 to 4 Central Time this Saturday. So what they're doing here is, so they're starting in the morning in the inn. One of them's going to go meet Major Cullen for a little bit more politicking, but we're like really at the end. Like it's too much politicking. We need to get some action. So we're going to start with some action, right? They're going to meet the guy and basically decide if they're going to take the Imperial side in this fight between, the Empire and Cerberus, right? Or the monarchists and Cerberus. And that evening, the one of the witches, this hag, Gertrude Shadowbane, is going to come and bring a bunch of shadow demons to attack the party while they're sleeping. And so I'm doing this scene where the innkeeper is going to like bring his daughter and say thank you to the party for how nice they've been, for staying there and all this stuff, right? And then that night, this dude's getting fucking killed, right? Because these shadows are going to come in. They're going to massacre everybody down the common room. They're going to come up, these shadow demons, and then they're going to start killing people in the inn. They're going to try and take the party. They're going to try and take Zagran hostage. They're going to kill everybody else. They want to capture Zagran. And so what I'm hoping is to really, really get like a nice impact. And also I'm using the MCDM night hags. So Gertrude is actually going to shrink down. If this all fails, which it probably will, she's going to shrink down to about 1 inch in size. And she's going to go into Zagran's head while he's sleeping and start tormenting him, which is pretty fun. And yeah, so I'm excited for that. I feel like it's a nice dirty trick. It's a nice dirty trick that they'll find like awful and enjoyable. Right. Okay. I don't have any fantastic locations. This is another thing. I'm really starting to feel like I need to do more like really cool stuff. So maybe it could be you know what we're going to do? We're going to have the mansion be really cool. So it is the Dark Sands. Was it Dark Sands? Black Sands Manor. Black Sand Manor. Right. It's going to be really nice manor house. Magical decorations and lighting. We're going to have magical servants. Some shit like that, right? A magical vault also. Magical vault. That'll be good. I'd love to get something else that's really effing cool, but I don't know how I'm going to work it in. I just don't have a lot. I don't have a lot going in Icehaven. Like I don't want to make it too big a city because it just doesn't make sense to me that it's a huge city. But we'll do something along those lines. Okay. I've actually got my encounter budget. This is off. Jim Dark Magic's birthday party stuff. Jim Dark. I don't have any reference for that. I don't know what Jim Dark Magic is. Love to hear more. This I actually don't need to do anymore because I've started using a much handier encounter calculator. If you haven't seen this, let me show you another cool tool. So I backed the Flea Mortals project, and one of the things it has is new rules for encounters, which I really like. Right, so it's got this concept of encounters per day, where it gives you an 8-point encounter budget, basically. And there's all sorts of stuff there, but basically, you get 8 points. An easy encounter is 1 point. A medium or a standard encounter is 2 points. Right, a hard encounter is 4 points. And it's got this table. And then Kobold Fight Club is given under settings. You can go and actually just set what encounter generation sliders you want, and this Flea Mortals one is pretty good. So you sit there and you put the number of players, their level, and it gives you easy, standard, and hard encounter budgets, right? So an extreme is going to be, I think, basically 2 hards, but I forget what it's like, what the line is. It's the Acquisitions Incorporated game from PAX a few years ago. Jim is a hilarious magician warlock. Oh, I got to check that out. It's really neat. And I find that building encounters with this you still have the same amount, like you still have some amount of swinginess no matter what in all your encounters, right? Like, but that's why you have GMs, right? Is so that we can tune it for our own needs, right? I don't like to pull punches. Although every now and again, if I unleash an ancient red dragon on someone that's just been pounded on by that like crazy monster, I'll play it a little nice. But this gives you a good way where you don't really have to pull punches, and you can even go a little bit extreme and then just go loose with the rules, right? And I find it works pretty well. All right, so do I know what monsters I'm going to do? Well, we're going to do shadow demons. We're going to have shadow demons, hags, hag. We're going to have soldiers, right? So it's everything from guards, and probably some wizards. Ooh, we need a bunch of wizards. They'll move on. They might move on the server assembly right away. If they did, what would they have? Right, I think I've got some already ready. Let me just look at something real quick. I go back to Best Left Buried. Look at my humans. I've got my apprentice mage, my storm wizard, my guard, my knave, my raider. These are good. I want some more wizards. Okay. Magic users. Be ready. What time is it here? Oh, it's 9:30. I should probably let me give it 5 more minutes and I'll sign off. No, you don't have it. I just want the regular evoker. That's a great one. Evoker. Cancel. I'm switching back and forth between Windows and a Mac, and like I get used to the Mac commands, and then I get lost because I'm back on Windows. So we have an evoker, very cool. What else? I'd love some kind of warlock. Oh, in fact, I'm sure there's a warlock in here. Let's see, are you? Oh, cool. Fiend. Great. Let's see. Any other good magic users we want? Arcane. Let's just search Arcane. What does I get? Is Wizard, Necromancer. Isn't there like an Arcane Archer? Whatever. I also want an Assassin. Actually, I just need this in general. Shadow Assassin. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at you. This is from Dungeons of the Mad Mage. Okay. Well, let's keep this guy in mind, because that's pretty cool. Oh, you like playing Assassins? I've never played one. I'm playing a game this Friday, so I work with a local meetup group, and like I usually DM, but they've got all the DMs they need for Friday, so I'm gonna be playing, and I was gonna play either an Arcane Trickster or a dwarf cleric. So I think it's gonna be pretty fun. Okay, I was gonna do an Arcane Trickster. I've never done an Assassin. Your DM is getting excited. Okay. Okay, cool. So we got the assassins. That's fun. I do want to keep. You're on the wrong one though. I don't need you in magic users. Okay. All right, that's pretty good. So I'll have the assassin. I should have them run into the assassin actually. Worth doing. And in fact, put that under secrets and clues. Guild hired and assassin names big names table. Where are you? All right, an orc, a dwarf, dragonborn. Ooh, he's a dragonborn. Okay, cool. She is going to be a dragonborn. I'll have to think more about what she looks like. Oh, I should make an NPC card for a proper villain card for. Okay. Why don't I have my templates? Oh, that went bad. Okay, so this is going to be, what was her name again? Please don't. That. All right, well, whatever. Page, cool. This isn't right. Something didn't work right about this. I'm just going to go back. Yeah, okay, let's delete you. Did something wrong there. Let's go to villains. Let's add a villain. New. See template. Let's quick search for a dragonborn assassin. This is what I need to get into the habit of. I keep thinking up what the character looks like. Yeah, I use Notion for work and for D&D. I really like it. Really like it. So I keep inverting the order. So I'll think up. Well, what about you? Do you use Notion for work? Okay, you're pretty good. So anyway, I'll invert it. I'll think up what the character looks like, and then I'll go look for a picture that looks like them, which sucks, right? You used to use Notion for everything. Yeah, I even use it for home stuff sometimes. It's it's all about do you invest in it? But I've been getting used to it, and I really like it. Oh, hello. It always does that, man. Pinterest, you're never that far from something strange. Spooky looking. Ooh, look at you. You're very clearly not a woman. Like a bit more ladylike. I love this guy. I love this picture. I've used it a bunch for things. Oh, look at that. That looks great. Maybe they're just going to be a man. Well, what should a dragonborn woman look like anyway? Frankly. Now you're a paper journaler. That's cool. I love index cards, so I use index cards all the time in the games. So I'll use Notion. I use Notion sometimes during the game, but more often I use Notion to collect stuff, and then right before the game, I'll write things on my index cards. I actually have this is all full of index cards from the game, advice and everything else that I've got, right? All my NPCs, all my old scenes. I think it's been a great addition, especially if you're going to play in person. Oh my god, it's so nice. in my book. Okay, let's try this again. Dragonborn woman. Gal right here. Oh, it could be you. Oh shit. He looks pretty neat. Okay, we're going with her. This is very cool. Yeah, that'll be cool. Use some magic, some weapons. All right, so this is Dragonborn Assassin will kill Major Cullen on 20 Fesseran. Jesus, stopped. Okay, great. And stats, I think I'm just doing regular assassin. Let's go ahead and add you in. I can just put you. Just copy. Thank you. Position. Great. Great. She looks perfect. Okay, well, I'm gonna head out. Great seeing you, and thanks so much for chatting. It was delightful. I'll try and be on. I'm trying to move these to Mondays. So I'm trying to do Monday nights Eastern time from 8 to 9, 8 to 9 Eastern time. So anyway, if you're ever around, love to chat some more. And then otherwise, see you in Discord or see you around. All right, and yeah, have a really nice to see you as well. All right, catch you later.